amending the Roane County Regional Zoning Resolution establishing flood damage prevention regulations. Anyone here to speak about that tonight? And anyone from the public would like to speak to that tonight? All right, hearing none, seeing none, we can close out the public hearing if no one's going to speak to it. All right.
All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This Honorable Commissioners meeting of Roane County, Tennessee is now in session. The Honorable Chairman Shannon Hester presiding. God bless these United States, the great state of Tennessee, in this honorable meeting. This time, Chaplain Adams will lead us in prayer. Afterwards, please remain standing for the pledge to our nation's flag.
Let us pray. Most gracious Lord, Heavenly Father, God, what a privilege it is to be together tonight. Lord, I thank you for these men and women that you've ordained to take care of the business of this county. Thank you, Lord, for their calling and for their answer to it. Lord, I ask for your blessings of wisdom upon them. Lord, watch over them and bless them in all things. We give you thanks and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated, and please silence your cell phones.
All right, please sign in if you hadn't done it already.
Mr. Chair,
Sir.
could we take a moment and before we start, being tomorrow's Veterans Day, and have all our veterans stand up and be recognized so we can thank them for their service?
Yeah, we've got some VSOs here that's going to actually talk to us tonight as well. So, if you are a military veteran, please stand up.
And also Marine Corps birthday today.
Nobody cares about that birthday. Thank you. Could I get the rest of the people to go ahead and sign in if you haven't done so already?
Says present.
Roll's been called. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the October 20th, 2025 meeting.
You got it.
Mine still says present.
You got hit.
And mine did too.
Oh, I hit it again. So.
All right. We good now? All right, motion to approve the minutes from the October meeting. Motion by Dove, second by Kirby. Commissioner Dove.
Nothing.
Commissioner Kirby.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Acceptance of, motion carries. Acceptance of committee reports and correspondence.
So moved.
Motion by Berry, second by Hamilton. Commissioner Berry.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one, number 6, which is the property committee minutes, under number 1, under our storage building. I'm just checking to see if the property committee, if we don't get the building done, if we can first of all go on a month-to-month lease. If we can't do that, then we need to make sure that before our time is up, that we've gotten our stuff, as much stuff, and put in storage buildings that we can do cheaper than we can do a whole another year's lease. So I just like to make sure we stay on top of our options there. And number one, if we can do the month-to-month lease, that'd be fine. But if we can't, we probably need to do something else to get that stuff out of there. So I just asked the property committee to keep us apprised of that.
All right, anything else?
Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Hamilton.
I just have one thing for the county attorney. Number 13, it's Hamilton Road. It's not Hamilton Lane. There is a Hamilton Lane, but it's not there. So it should be Hamilton Road. That's the only correction I see.
Okay, is I took Hamilton Lane off the county road list, so is Hamilton Road a county road?
It is.
It is?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just a correction.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it the same road as
It
Hamilton?
is not the same.
It's not the same?
Hamilton Lane is off Highway 70. Hamilton Road is off Longville.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
But the highway department looked at Hamilton Road, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All right, any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, majority passed. Notaries. Motion by Commissioner Hendricks, second by Commissioner Gann. Commissioner Hendricks,
Appreciate your willingness to serve.
Commissioner Gann.
Nothing further, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries 15. All right, at this time is the time for we hear from the residents of Roane County, so hearing our delegation. If you want to address the county commission, please step forward and do so at this time. State your name and address.
Hello, y'all. I'm Phil Merrill. I live at 822 Cumberland, but I'm here representing Feeding Roane Food Pantry and First Christian Church. We have other people here with us as well.
Jim Rakestraw, 171 Daniel Road, Kingston. We're representing from the Heart Food Pantry. We serve generally 140 families every week.
Amanda Roberts with Hands of Mercy Food Pantry.
Jody Fordyce, Rockwood Food Pantry, and we serve about a 912 to 1,000 persons per month.
As you all are aware, the SNAP benefits were canceled here a while back. I know we're hoping that things are going to come together here real quick and we're going to open the government back up, but right now there's a great need in Roane County. We've all seen a huge amount of increases in people needing help. And it's not just people on SNAP benefits, it's the people that work at our plants, it's the people that work for military that are contract workers that are not getting paid right now. And so we're coming to you today looking for some help. We understand there's some funds might be available to help our local pantries, and we're looking for you as the county commission to maybe give us a significant amount of money that we can help take care of this issue right now that we're having. We all partner with Second Harvest Partners, and she came in today and talked a little bit. Wayne came and did a promo with us, but even at the park that they come the first Wednesday of every month. Normally 200 people would show up, 400 plus people showed up needing help. So we're in desperate need of funds, and we would ask that, we're looking for the $30,000 range. That might sound crazy, but that would just barely help where we're at.
Collectively.
Yeah, that would go to all the pantries involved, and literally it could go to Second Harvest into our accounts. But Second Harvest right now is working a deal where we can get a lot of food for a really good price. So we're really needing something pretty quick here, so that's our request to us.
It's New Midway Baptist, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's New Midway.
You're New Midway?
Yeah, New Midway. Yes, sir.
I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah,
so I missed that.
there's four food pantry partners, but there's also partners with Mideast, and partners with Roane State College too. So if the county commission would see fit in making a decent donation, then all of us can share with that to make sure we can equally divide that and really take care of our Roane County citizens.
And is it true that not all churches nor organizations are capable of opening up a food pantry? Because there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, it takes.
Freezers,
Yeah,
personnel,
US,
there's a lot that goes
right,
in.
following the USDA
Appreciate the
rules.
work that you all do.
And sir, I'm gonna tell you, the speed of county government's not much faster than federal government, because of the 12-day rule and other things. Have you looked at the Big Emory Association of churches to assist as well, or do they already assist?
Well, yeah, I think they want to do the best they can, but right now what's happened is they have not been able to be involved with some of the stuff that we're doing right now. They just haven't had the resources to do it. But right now, this group here probably feeds, I would guess, about 90% of Roane County. The people that are in need. These are the pantries that we're the 4 Second Harvest, sanctioned pantries basically right now there. So we feed about 200 families a week. I know Amanda's pretty close to that. I think they're in 150, 200. There's a lot of families getting fed out of our food pantries.
And that's because, one, you do this already,
Yeah, we've been doing this since day one, and we're coming in.
and because of the absence of the federal government.
Yeah, yes.
It's,
We've seen double.
So how much are you all asking for so that,
I'm shooting for the stars, and we'll see what you give them. I'm asking for 30,000 for all the pantries combined, if that's possible.
do we have, how many more food pantries do we have beyond the 5? I know we're trying to buy through Second Harvest, but how many do we?
You know, and for the rest of the commission, we talked about this in budget committee on Thursday too. And that was one of the questions we ran into, is just how many there are and how do we divide the funds if that was to be made available by commission. So we'd have to figure that out. But yeah, and also too, you know, the nonprofit committee this year adopted a hierarchy that placed food and housing as top priority. So our pantries did receive a record amount of funding from the county commission before. But when the pantries and I talked about this earlier, you know, the city of Harriman, I think, has made a contribution. And then so they're asking me, and I said, well, you know, come and talk to them, because we know we give it through the nonprofit committee. What's changed about this and brought them forward is the increased demand in need because of the federal benefits being stopped for a while. And so their demand has gone through the roof, plus holidays, it would naturally anyway. So that's what led to the conversation of them coming forward.
I don't want to open up Pandora's box because we have so much more that's, but you all have come and requested, but we have to have some kind of stipulation. If we did that request in half and re-looked at it for next month to see where you stand, because I know Thanksgiving's coming up, and would it be doable for doing them $3,000 a piece to help push them over the edge, or are we opening up?
So the representatives was called back today. What is the projected, if they open it back up, when do you, and you're not part of the federal government just like we are, but how long would it take for the SNAP benefits to get back in place?
There's a delay and there's no telling. We don't
At
know
least
what's
a week.
At least a week. So you would need something to carry you for a couple weeks, and then if we needed, if the commission did vote, I know you're asking for 30, but I mean, if we can carry you for a little while, and then
We'll be glad to take anything, because what'll help us too is, remember, our pantries have been depleted. And so even if it's 2 weeks from now that you give us this money, it'll help us catch up the depleted part of it as well that we actually go through.
An advantage to that as well is Second Harvest has, because they've received some donations, have been able to reduce their cost towards us. And so if we buy now, then we're making our money go further with food. So there's that urgency as well from us.
and this is for the residents of Roane County.
Yes,
Correct.
it'll
Yes.
stay in Roane County.
Yeah.
Where we at legally, as far as being able to help?
Well, we have a nonprofit, I mean, we can, through legislation, through resolution, we can use funds out of that for somewhere we can.
It would come straight out of the fund balance, you know, because that money's already been used up. But if we can help them during this time, get them over, I don't know how, like I said, how we do it without, but I would like to see us do 3,000 apiece to be able to get you all over the hump and keep Roane County moving in the right direction.
Will 3,000 get you over that hump for a couple of weeks, or?
Yeah,
2 weeks, yes.
anything's done.
It was something until we can revisit the budget process.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry, he asked to speak earlier.
Yeah, I think a couple things. One, we were smarter than we thought when we gave you more money up front by boosting those numbers up. I think basically you got maybe three times what we've been given. So fortunately, we're good there. My concern, when I talked to, Richard Montgomery at Rockwood, and my concern was second harvest. Have they got plenty of food, number one, that you can go buy? And he indicated they had. In fact, he was going up, I think, sometime this week to get another load, so that's a good thing. I guess the same problem is tonight as we had at the budget committee meeting is when people see these other food pantries given 5, how do we keep it from going to 10 or whatever else we have? Obviously we want to help, and we have helped, and we'll continue to help. It's just how do we help everyone in a fair way, because the door's going to be swinging open when we do this. I appreciate you knowing that you asked for 30, knowing you weren't going to get 30. I appreciate that. You've been in church for a lot of times asking for that money, hoping for 5, right? That's a good thing there. That's the only real problem I see is the fact that we've already established through the nonprofit, we've already established that we're giving to you folks. So we got that to stand on. But it's what happens when all of these others come asking for the same thing.
I don't think, there's others, but they are not very small pantries that I think their churches are able to help do. The pantries we're doing, we're getting hundreds of people.
I understand, but they haven't been given free money either. They don't know the free money stuff. And I think that's the thing that we have to be careful of is saying how, they're giving this money away, guys. Let's go to the next meeting and get some money. But I'm thankful that we gave you more to start with. That's at least got us through this, because we had no idea this was coming.
Yeah, that money that we received $6,000,
right.
And we purchased turkeys and all the fixings, and we're going to be giving out 200 Thanksgiving Day baskets. Thank you for that money.
Oh, and like I say, we were smart for characterizing our commitments and putting you guys first, because that's probably saved it, really. I mean, is in terms of where we are today. That'll be the only concern that I would have.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Cunningham.
So do we not have an emergency fund of some sort that we can just say, okay, they need $30,000, if that's what they think they need? Because it is an emergency.
That's the fund balance. I mean, the fund balance is there to have funds in place in case there's an unforeseen need that arises.
That's, people that aren't getting paychecks and.
I make the motion we give them $30,000.
Second.
They're willing to do the work.
Let me explain
Let's feed
something,
the
guys.
people.
We have a defined process, the 12-day rule. So that would have to be a resolution written and be in front of us at this meeting right now.
Go to the budget committee.
And go to the budget committee, and then we tried this before, if you guys want to think back. So it has to be a written resolution to transfer funds or move funds. It does have to go through the budget and then come to us in resolution format. That's why I said the speed of our government's not much faster than federal government. So
Who can write the resolution?
Chair recognizes Commissioner Hoods.
Are you through, Commissioner Cunningham?
I am.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate all of y'all's efforts to push this through. After this meeting is over, let's look at some way that this body can work around the red tape. We're not the federal government. We're Roane County, Tennessee. We still cut crosses in the intersections.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
Federal government has shut down, our troops are not getting paid, people that depend, children that depend on the SNAP benefits, they are not there no longer. Now come on, we got an attorney sitting here, and I know he's good. He could help us work around this issue. I mean, if we put it off till next month, what's these people gonna do about getting the food in and getting it distributed out? I don't know if you all ever been to a food pantry or not. I have. My late wife helped serve at New Midway Church. I know the people that come through there. Charity, listen to this, believe it or not, but charity begins at home. If you can't take care of your own, then you can't take care of nothing else. That's all I got to say, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Brackett.
Our community fund, Mr. Crest, that we have, could we not tap into that? Because this is Rockwood, Harriman, Kingston, it's there. So if the city comes to us, hey, instead of the 15, is that something that would take time to get into, or is that something we could use to help them?
Yeah, I'm receiving questions while I'm trying to have a conversation right now. Figure that out.
Right, but, it's for the community, and that would cover the communities that we have.
So you're thinking along the same lines of where I am right now, and there's possibility, and I was looking at Jennifer to see, we may have some lines, and that request is bigger than what we probably come up with in the short term.
That's why I was cutting in half.
Yeah, if we could do, because we don't know what balance is now, I'm thinking of 58,900 too, instead of CIF. CIF's in capital. But we got a line that we potentially use, but I don't wanna go over 20, because I don't know what the balance is in that. We know we spent some out of it right now. I think we start with 35. But if we did like a 15
And then revisit if needed,
next month.
because I knew we were down.
So what it
to
would
that.
do, so what we do then, y'all wouldn't have to do anything. We would just go spend out of it. And then I would come to budget committee and ask for it to be replenished next
Exactly.
month.
We talked about 10 at one time in the budget committee. Could we use the 10 and then come back? And the other thing is, well, how many are we gonna set up? Whatever amount it's gonna be. How do we find that?
So here's what it's a proposal without y'all voting on this, basically. But me and Travis brought this up in the budget committee, and so our basis here is the shutdown, okay? So we tie this one-time gift contribution to the shutdown. Because hopefully within the next day to week, that's gonna end, and the SNAP benefits will be restored, and we won't have to revisit this in a month. In the short term, what we could do is I just make a contribution out of this budget item, which wouldn't require your approval. And then I'd come back to budget committee in December and ask for it to be replenished.
And who would you make it to?
These four,
So you're gonna limit it, no one else?
because of the shutdown.
I'm just saying, nobody else would qualify with these folks. And how much?
Four now. I mean, we were talking about 3 apiece.
Can you just give it to Second Harvest in the name of, like we just talked about?
Yeah,
earlier?
that's.
Give it to Second Harvest for Roane County.
And then they just turn around and,
Yeah.
yes, we can do that. Unless I see objections.
I'm just watching the county attorney to make sure we can, that can happen without getting in trouble.
What is the budget item that you're taking it out of?
58,900.
I don't know what that means.
That's,
County attorney's fund.
general.
Got the cask off his foot, now his brain's thinking.
So, what happens to that fund? Is that something you draw out of?
Yes.
Normally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unassigned, projects that come up, unforeseen stuff, and it's just, a small amount of money that we can use, and this falls in, it could be used for this.
Okay, as long as you're authorized to draw from it, then you can draw from it. Okay. You just have to come back and get it replenished.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Curtis.
Mr. Chairman, do you know how much the other cities have donated, or has anybody donated any other money as of yet?
Just City of Harriman gave both our pantries in Harriman, which is ourselves and Haynes University, gave us both $2,000.
2,000?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson.
I'm all for doing this. I'm all for going to 30 grand if it's feasible. But next month, there may be 5 more pantries standing here. So, I think we need to be prepared when we open this door. I think it's a great point, and if that's the case, and if we see that this shutdown continues and the needs continue to rise, we'll probably bring a resolution.
Well, that's the second part of what I was gonna say, you know, it'd be nice to go ahead and have a resolution ready, sent through committee, and if the need is no longer needed, we can pull that resolution.
Yeah, if by filing deadline, this isn't resolved, we'll have something in the pack.
Yeah, okay, thank y'all,
Yeah, next meeting's December 8th.
and I appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
one other time, I tried to write that down. How many people do you feed at your institution?
Families.
We, anywhere from 140 to 180 families per week.
Sir?
At least 200 a week.
Ma'am?
250 a week.
Ma'am?
200 a week.
Mr. Chairman, could I add one more thing to that? Now, I know New Midway, when they come on Tuesdays, whoever comes in, if they're hungry, they can sit down and have a meal, a hot meal right then. Then they take their cart, and you correct me if I'm wrong, then they take their cart and fill it up with groceries to take home to do them until they can do better. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, thank you all for coming in and speaking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, anyone else want to address the county commission?
Good evening, it's good to see everybody. I'm Justin Snow, I'm the president and CEO of the Roane Alliance. Did y'all get the recap in your packets? Roane Alliance President's Report?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. So, we did change the name, it's no longer the President's Report, it's Roane Alliance Recap. It's not my report, it's our team's report. So, we'll call it the recap moving forward. I want to mention 3 things. Last month I mentioned that Roane County is one of 3 counties in the state to be chosen to participate in the Tennessee ECD Property Evaluation Program to help plan for future growth by readying industrial properties for near-term development. So we've done good in selling properties, but the bad thing about it is we need some additional industrial properties. So I'm excited to be a part of this program. The site consultant team from the state will actually be here next Tuesday, and we've identified about 7 or 8 properties to go visit, to see if they make sense, to see what stands out, to see what limitations or challenges these properties might have. I can tell you that Saturday morning, Don Carlock and myself were on a Zoom call with a group of 7 family members to talk about their properties. And they're interested in coming to the table and potentially selling. I had another conversation today with a gentleman who had 7 other siblings, and they were interested in maybe selling their property. So the good thing about this program is that it'll take us through the process to see if there's some suitable properties out there that we could pursue. I want to mention just a couple events that are coming up later this month. The first is the holiday season just right around the corner, and there's no better way to kick it off than Taste of the Holidays. So Taste of the Holidays is an event that we started 2 years ago. It circulates to each city. So 2 years ago we started it in Harriman. Last year it was in Kingston. This year we'll be in Rockwood on Saturday, November 22nd. So next Saturday from 10 to 4. I think in y'all's packet says there's 80 vendors. I was told this morning there's 112. I don't know where they're going to go in Rockwood, but that's a good problem that we'll figure out. The last thing I want to mention is that Senator Ken Yeager's 30th annual chili supper and silent auction is next Friday night from 5 to 7 at Roane State Community College. Tickets are $5 a piece. We have a bunch at our office, so if you want to swing by our office, we have some tickets there. And all proceeds from the silent auction go to the Kids First Child Advocacy Center of the 9th Judicial District. Yes, Wayne.
You brought something today. You want to tell them what you brought?
Land sale proceed check. It's actually property we sold, honestly, about 2 or 3 years ago, but we held it in escrow to work through some sewer improvements. We were able to do the work a lot cheaper by holding it in escrow, and I think the check I brought to Jennifer today was $112,000. So that just adds to the sales we've had over the past 3 or 4 years. I was going to introduce our new chamber manager tonight. I don't know.
I snuck in on you.
He snuck in. So, I just want to briefly introduce Tyler Hunsaker. He's our new chamber manager. He's been with the Roane Alliance for about 4 weeks, and I'm so excited for the energy, the excitement, and the experience that he's going to bring to the chamber, and I'm excited to see where you take the chamber to be later. So,
Thanks, Justin. He just likes that I got the same haircut, so we'll get along just fine. It's nice meeting everybody, and I look forward to connecting, and I'll be right there in the building just up the street.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That concludes my report, and I'll be more glad to answer any questions that y'all might have.
So, the folks you're talking to is a lot of it adjoining property, or we're gonna have?
It's adjoining and close to park infrastructure that we already have in place. I'll leave it at that.
So we can use the infrastructure to expand it over.
It's close by.
Good,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited for the conversations that I've been able to have, and these are new families. I've had conversations with some families, the same families over the years, but these are 2 brand-new families that I was able to have conversations with just the past couple of days, so that's exciting.
Good.
All right, thank you.
All right, anyone else want to address the county commission? I see a lot of people out there. This will be the last time you get to address the commission if you don't step forward now.
Do we have our codes? Is that codes?
Yeah, he's my report.
Okay, I didn't make one, when we were introducing folks, I don't know if you.
He's in my-
You introduce them later, okay, never mind, good job. So we need to feel that.
All right, then we'll go. If no one else want to address the county commission, we'll go to the county attorney's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have one thing. This is a precursor to the county executive report. About a year ago, you all passed resolution 122304, which set up a short-term rental committee, and I have placed a copy of it at each of your desks. But you named as one member of this committee Building Inspector Glenn Kofer. And the resolution is not clear as to whether you're naming the building inspector, whoever that may be, or Glenn Kofer a person. And Mr. Kofer has retired. So if your intent was not to name Glenn Kofer the person, but to name the building inspector, then at some point you need to declare a vacancy on this committee and appoint your new building inspector to fill that.
So can I make a motion to, have somebody make a motion to amend that? 12 point?
Second.
All right, who made the motion? All right, Madam Clerk, if you would, show that resolution number 122304 is so amended that, to place just the building inspector, and that way you wouldn't even tie a name to it.
I think I'll need to vote on it. Did you vote?
Yeah, well, I'm just getting the syntax down, what we're gonna vote on.
Okay.
All right. You have to do this manually. So this is amending, resolution 122304.
Voice vote.
Yeah, to say building inspector instead of naming the building inspector. So all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right.
And then at some point, you'll need to vote to appoint the new building inspector on that. That is my report. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
And you said we need to appoint the new building inspector?
Yeah, you need to go ahead and elect the new building inspector.
So we just amended it to eliminate the name.
Well, you put a title. I mean, you really need to declare a vacancy based on Mr. Kofer's resignation and then appoint the new building inspector to fill that vacancy.
Well, we're okay, do we do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Thank you.
All right.
Anything further?
Chair recognizes Mr. Duff.
We did add the committee on committees, added additional people to the short-term rental committee and made it permanent as well, so that needs to be a different resolution.
Okay, I don't know what the committee on committees did, but all the committee on committees can do is fill what's authorized by this resolution. So,
Well, it says at least 4, so we have to
Let's
put
see.
7 on that committee.
okay, let's see what you've got here.
Yeah, look at this resolution here, I don't know how the committee on committees, I don't have it in front of me right here. But additional members appointed to include, that was the additional members, then, you can see the commissioners that are on that, so.
We can, Mr. Chairman,
Well, yeah, it says, and other members of the community as appointed by the chairman of the county commission. The appointed commissioners are additional members of, I really think you need to clarify this, because this resolution just applies for, just provides for 3 additional members, which is property assessor Molly Hardup, tourism director Stacy Wilson, and building inspector Glenn Kofer. So, you know, we may want to.
So Greg, if it's my committee to appoint, if we just draft up a new resolution with the current names, and then I'll sign it.
I think based on what, if you've added additional members, I think that this resolution needs to be amended further. So maybe we should look at what you did and come back next month with an amended resolution. Anything further? Thank you.
No, thank you, sir. Then, we'll go to the county executive's report.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. You all refer to your rundown in front of you. First point there is announcing officially that Glenn Kofer is retired as of October 24th as the county planner. We want to thank Glenn for his service to Roane County and wish him the best in his retirement. And it's my honor to introduce to you, several of you have already met him through committee meetings, but Reggie Hucks, who started October 27th as our building official. Reggie, will you stand up for us, please? Yeah, y'all, please help me welcome Reggie. He's doing a fantastic job. If you haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with him yet, I encourage you to do so. We are absolutely thrilled that he's with us, and his team is just ecstatic with the work he's already done there. And also, I see this here too, Taylor Pulver, while he was acting as building official, did just a fantastic job of holding everything together, of keeping things moving forward in the way they should. So I just want to thank Taylor publicly for his service. On the next point, Roane County Founders Day is this coming Thursday in Judge Wick's courtroom. You see there at 6 o'clock on Thursday, we'll be honoring Henry Robinson, Dr. Steve Smith, Howard Rose, Linda Carter, Robert Puckett, and Golden Treasures, George Pickle and Nell Willis. So please, hope everybody can come join us on Thursday night. And then tomorrow, Roane County Veteran Services Office will host a Veterans Day event at Roane County Park from 11 to 3. And to talk to you a little bit more about that event and why we're doing this event, we have our Veteran Services officers from our office representing the United States Army as a veteran is Jennifer Booth, and the United States Marine Corps, again, on their 250th birthday. Derek Sims, would you all want to come say just a word about our event? Sure. And especially why we're doing this event.
Thank you for having me up here. I'll keep it short, simple, and sweet. Basically, tomorrow we're gonna do a Veterans Day event from 11 to 3. Everybody's invited to come out. We'd love to see you. Our purpose is to really get the word out there what we do in this office. Veteran Service Office, we submit claims. We also do a little bit of everything. And so we want to get that information out to everybody. So you're welcome to come out. We're going to cook some burgers. We've got JD. He's a singer. He's coming out to sing for us. And we just enjoyed having everybody out. So that's about all I've got.
He's too modest to say it, so I'm going to say it for him. Is the work that Derek and Jennifer have done to bring hundreds of thousands. Do you have what's the year-to-date number?
The year-to-date number, as of 2024, is for Roane County citizens, it's over 65 million.
Those are dollars and benefits that our veterans are receiving because of the work that Derek and Jennifer have done in helping them navigate through a very difficult system. We think there are many, many veterans who don't know to capitalize on these services. I know 2 of our veterans that we have right now have worked with them to help get some of these benefits. So we want our people to know just what we've got in service of them. So
The best hidden secret in the county.
and we don't want it to be a secret anymore.
Don't want to be a secret.
They are both phenomenal, and I cannot say enough good things about just what it is.
And I'll comment on that as well.
Excuse me, ma'am, what branch of service was you from?
It wasn't the Marine Corps. No, sure, parents.
Army.
He just wanted to say it.
Go Army.
So I'll comment on that as well. I didn't know that the VSOs were down there or anything until I was sitting in this chair getting their monthly reports and stuff. And so one day after having a heart attack, I was off for 6 weeks, and I said, well, let me just go down there. And I never, after 20 years of service, I've never even, and I've been out 20 plus years now. So I appreciate everything you guys do, so thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, what they did for me was I couldn't even get in the system. I didn't need in the system because I didn't need anything. But then when I tried to get in the system, I couldn't get in the system. I was a category 8. With their help, I got a category 2 and some benefits that I really wasn't seeking. They're phenomenal. They do a great job, and I can count 600 reasons why they're really good.
So tomorrow, obviously, we want to honor our veterans. We were talking today, Veterans Day has become maybe our most celebrated holiday in this county as far as activity goes.
Don't forget the parade in Harriman.
Yeah, well, and then there's one in Midway. I mean, almost every school has festivities tomorrow. We got our event, there's churches doing it, Harriman's got one. They're everywhere. So just find a chance to honor our veterans, but we're doing ours to help teach our veterans what's available to them. Real quickly, and then I've got a brief presentation coming up for you and some people I want to introduce. I want to update you on our nuclear projects. I'm going to do this on a regular basis just to give you an idea of where they stand. I'm not going to read all of it. You can read it for yourself. But TRISO X has completed almost all of its excavation of 150 acres in Horizon Center and already pouring concrete on facilities. Next point, BWXT broke ground on a 60,000 square feet building in June. It will be completed next month. It will be done, and they will start hiring for that facility in January. Kairos Power has completed the exterior work on an engineering test unit 3 that stands about 80 feet in the air. They started work on that facility, I want to say in June or July, and it's almost, the exterior is finished. And they've already started construction on the Hermes Reactor 1 and poured all the foundation work for it. And then Arano, Oak Grove, and Radiant remain in different phases of property transfer and construction. So that concludes my report. However, it is my honor to introduce you. You've met many of them before, along with your colleagues, Commissioners Cunningham and Lehman, who serve on the Opioid Council. But will everyone who serves on the Opioid Council please stand up? Incredible group of people, and you all chose through Fund 127 to fund 3 pilot programs in the budget cycle before last. And in the agreement was that they would come, the 3 positions we funded would come talk to you about the results of those programs as we're going into the next budget cycle. So I've invited Christy Bentley, Caitlin Moore, and Yvette Reeder to come give us the results of what they've seen over the last year. So who wants to go first? So Caitlin Moore, representing Covenant Health, is here with Brenda Gray. I've got handouts for you, and I hope I divide these people.
Thank you all for having me. I'm with Covenant Health Roane. My name is Caitlin Moore. I'm a Roane County native. I was born and raised here. Went to Harriman Hospital. My parents worked in the social work field here. And I'm an addict. I'm an addict in recovery. I'm 8 years clean today, and I love what I do. The reason I'm in the courtroom is because I was taking charges, and that's not the case anymore, which is great. What I do means the world to me because I woke up in a hospital after an overdose that should have killed me, and I'm here today. So every patient that I meet with, I have been exactly where they've been. It is a gift to be able to see these patients come back after going to treatment or getting a job or picking up the phone and calling, saying they're having a bad day and they didn't pick up and use that day. It is a relationship and a friendship that we build, because I am them, they are me. We're not above one another at all. I've worked in the behavioral health field for about 6 years now. I've worked in every level of care. This is a new one. I've never worked in a hospital setting, so I'm learning as much as I am teaching. I'm very grateful for that. There are 3 Covenant hospitals that have navigators in them, ours, Fort Sanders, and Park West. T Hospital has a navigator position in their hospital, and Blount County works through that program as well. So it's a growing position, and it does a lot of good, I feel like. And I'm not just saying that because it's my job. So some of the data to date, I've met with 313 patients. I started in October of last year, so it's been 13 months now. 313 patients just inside the facility, working Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. The average age of my patient is 45 years old. I do see juvenile patients, I see pediatric patients, and it breaks my heart. But, you know, with my other navigators, I have, you know, a vet that's in the school system. We're able to coordinate care so they get services within the school system too. So geographical. Out of Harriman, I've seen 145 patients today, Rockwood 112, and Kingston 65. I do see patients from other counties, I do see patients from other cities as well, but these are the 3 that I track the most. Insurance. 32% of my patients are uninsured. 37% of my patients have private insurance, and that includes marketplace policies. TennCare holds 13%, Medicare is 18%. The services for the uninsured patients are on a grant base through various grants in the state, and there are about 4 facilities in the state that offer these grants. It is a lot of luck to get a patient in under a grant when they're ready to go. You know, we say in the field, once they have that desire to get clean, we have about 30 minutes before they change their mind, and that's just the reality of it. The disease of addiction changes who we are, changes how we think, and it takes a long time to undo that. So if they have that gift of desperation, we want to jump on it. For private insurance, a lot of facilities will not take these private insurance policies without their deductible being paid. Those are thousands of dollars usually. So that's another barrier that we're really running into a lot. I've had 46 patients directly admit from the hospital when I meet them to an inpatient facility without leaving, going home first, diverting from the plan, from my door to the treatment door. And I knew when I started this position that the need was here, but I didn't know how great the need was until I got into the hospital. 15 counties outside of Roane have utilized the navigator and our resources while they've been in the hospital. And I've had 942 face-to-face visits with patients today. I love what I do. I would love to see this program grow and have somebody there on weekends and at night, because this is just a drop in the hat for patients that are actually at the hospital. So thank you guys.
Say the 46 number again.
46 patients have directly admitted from our hospital to an inpatient treatment facility today.
Would they have gone to inpatient without your work with their?
I did not know how to get into treatment until somebody showed me how to do it. The saying is that the opposite of addiction is connection. And navigating all of this, if you've not done it before, is terrifying, and it's very easy to give up, because you make one call and then you have to wait and then you have to do this and that, and it's not an easy thing to do.
So the reason why I asked Caitlin to say that again is because the money that you chose to fund for that position potentially saved 46 people's lives directly, and could save a whole lot more through the lives she touched that may have sought treatment and after they were discharged, right?
So how effective would we be in your job had you not had someone who'd been through that?
You wouldn't be.
Wouldn't be.
No.
And I'm Brenda, I'm the CNO at Roane, and these patients won't talk to the doctor, they won't talk to anyone else. But when Caitlin walks in and says, hey, I've been in your shoes, and she can talk their language, they open up and talk to her. And that has really been a huge success for us, is having her in that role.
When we put the job description, I appreciate the fact that you're sacrificing your history for the good of those that you're fixing to get.
My job keeps me clean most days. It really does.
Great.
And I mean that.
To your point, when we were putting together the job descriptions for these, so it was required that it was for somebody who was in recovery.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I have a question.
I have a question. What all drug addiction or alcohol addiction, what can get someone in a program and what does not get someone in a program? So if I'm on meth, can I get into a program?
Generally speaking, no, if you have insurance. They will not cover anything except for an opioid detox, an alcohol detox, or benzo detox. Anything else, they say there's not a detox needed. You might be able to get into a residential program, but it's really hit or miss. It depends on history, all other factors too.
If I'm a smoker and an alcoholic, can I get into a program?
Yes.
If I'm a smoker and I'm getting, I have a son that's addicted. He's trying to get clean, he's trying to do it on his own, and I know from my background. And guys, if you think, well, it don't want to happen to me, man, it happens to the best of us. But he was turned down because he was a smoker. Turned down because of his meth. One of the number one problems in this county is meth. So if we're going to do addiction, let's push to get it across the board, whatever that takes. You know, let's don't call it black and white, let's call it addiction. And if you don't think alcohol is a drug, you got another thought coming. Alcohol is a drug, just as bad as it is meth or anything else. Let's work on the addiction problem, not put it into categories. I don't know how we do that. I'm not smart enough to know how to do that, but I know that that's a problem.
It is a problem.
And I appreciate what you do.
Addiction does not discriminate. I would say 90% of y'all know my family. They work for Omni, they work for Foothills Care, they work in the caregiver program, they work at Camelot. It does not discriminate. I was not raised to be an addict. I became an addict young. I'm a person in recovery, so.
Congratulations. Sure, recognize Ms. Cunningham.
My question is, on this bar graph, age, sex, you have pediatrics?
Yes, I see pediatric patients with alcohol and drug use disorder.
How old are these kids?
It varies. Anything under 17, I've seen patients under 10.
Average age of 45 though, that's kind of odd, isn't it? 45?
I agree.
And that goes along with our overdose statistics as well.
Yes.
Dr. Bowden, you talked to
Yes,
that.
yes, the average age of our overdose deaths through the years has been 44.6. And I'm proud to say, and I think partly because of the efforts of these navigators, that overdose deaths are at an all-time low. We've had 15 year to date. 2 years ago, we had 71. And to reflect what Commissioner Hook said, the main culprits are fentanyl and meth. Prescription opiates are virtually not a factor in overdoses.
Thank you, guys.
Good evening, my name is Christy Bentley, and I serve as Roane County's Community Navigator funded through the Opioid Abatement Council, and I'm housed at Roane County Health Department. The mission of the Community Navigation Program is simple but powerful: to help individuals successfully re-enter the community after incarceration and prevent relapse, recidivism, and homelessness. The focus is on recovery, stability, and self-sustainability. The building blocks of stronger families and a stronger workforce. Every person helped can transition from crisis to stability, representing a win for that individual, their family, and our county. This work matters because addiction and incarceration are costly, financially and socially. When people cycle through jail and treatment without support, it burdens families, our jail system, and local emergency resources. But a small amount of support at the right time can completely change that outcome. For example, the cost of one person returning to jail or detox can cost thousands of dollars, but helping that same person secure ID, treatment, or housing might cost a few hundred. Every successful reentry is not only a changed life, it's a savings for Roane County taxpayers. In our first year, we had 437 total encounters, which are visits, and served 121 individuals. The program recidivism rate is 9%, significantly below state averages. I track participant barriers to understand what holds people back and keep them from working. The top group barriers are addiction recovery challenges, which 45% of my people report, criminal record or incarceration, which 30% report, and transportation issues, meaning they don't have transportation or they have a revoked driver's license, and that's 15%. These are things that I actively address, and I do. The funds are used to support salary and benefits, birth certificates and state ID, reintegration kits like hygiene items and state IDs and documentation, sober living deposits and transitional housing deposits, and a minimal client management software program. Every dollar is tied to helping people move toward independence and away from county-funded services. If we measure success in both human and financial terms, this program is already paying off. Fewer people are being rearrested, more are entering the workforce, and families are reuniting. Let me share with you a story about a man that captures what this program really means. A man I worked for battled addiction over 36 years and had been in and out of prison. Instead of returning to jail, he entered treatment through our program. Today he's been clean for over 8 months, reunited with his children, working full-time, and living in sober housing. He told me, quote, "For the first time, I'm helping others in recovery and building a positive life. Thank you for giving me a second chance," end quote. That's what recovery and reentry looks like in Roane County. This program is funded through the opioid settlement funds, which are limited and temporary. To keep these outcomes going, it is my hope that the community navigation program become a permanent fixture in Roane County. The cost of maintaining this program is far less than the cost of even one person cycling through our jail or emergency system again. In closing, I want to thank you for your support in recognizing that this kind of work strengthens our whole community. The community navigation program is not just about recovery, it's about rebuilding lives, reducing costs to the county, and restoring families. With continued county support, we can make this success permanent. Thank you for your time and attention. And if you have any questions or comments, I'll take those. But I also want to add that if anybody wants more detailed data, I have that available as well.
Ma'am, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
What's the length of your program?
It's been operating for 1 year.
No, I'm talking about for somebody the pathway to sobriety, or if I come see you, what's the length? You don't have an in-house treatment, do you?
No, it's case by case. What happens is, for example, at the jail, an inmate will fill out a self-referral form.
Okay.
They're either referred by their attorney or they fill out a self-referral form. The majority of them are self-referred. And then I take an intake form to them and I go through that with them, asking them assessment questions. And then it's on a case-by-case basis.
And is that alcohol and drug?
It's alcohol and drugs and mental health.
Okay. And I see you've seen some, one of your graphs here showed your referrals 166, total people served, total encounters. And you say you track a 9% recidivism rate
Yes.
on that?
Yes.
And what is the states, do you know?
It averages about 40%.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
Thank you for what you do, Miss.
Just one, ma'am. And again, thank you very much. Sometimes we don't know really the difference that people in our county are making. You're one of those folks. Thank you. One of the things you said is a sober living deposit.
Yes.
What is that?
What happens is when someone is, for example, leaving jail and they want to go into sober housing, they don't qualify for treatment because they've been clean too long, but they want to go into a sober living establishment and get a job and learn healthy habits and kind of transition into a self-sustaining life. There's a deposit required, and that can vary from maybe $100 up to $350 just to get in. And then once they get the job, they pay anywhere from $150 to $300 a week.
How many of those houses, how many do we have in Roane County? Do we have that in Roane County?
Right now, there's 8. There's 4 for women and 4 for men. And they just
Rooms or
opened
houses?
houses.
And who pays for those?
The deposits,
The housing?
the housing,
Yeah,
the deposits come out of my operational budget.
okay.
Unless the homeowner donates it.
Do you get any state funding whatsoever?
No, I don't.
Because I've seen in the past, we've gotten grants for recidivism that goes, I guess it goes to you, doesn't it, Tim? Or goes to the, where does that recidivism grant go?
They'll go to the sheriff's office.
Sheriff's office or DA's office, I guess. And I guess one question for probably the 3 or 4, all of you, and you, what's the amount of time to break an addiction?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
So I only say it because I had a dear friend that went and got treatment, a 30-day in-house somewhere, and it didn't work.
It takes the average person 7 times before they get clean and stay clean. 7 attempts.
What's the percentage for relapse? Average percent for relapse, 85%?
One more question, Mr. Berry, and I'll give it to you. So, seasonal, you know, holidays are coming up, Christmas. And we talked about drug addiction, overdose. Do we see a date associated with those? I mean, is it around the holidays? Is that increased more, or?
Yes, mine starts in the fall and it tends to go up around the holidays and then it goes back down in the spring.
And it's warmer also in the spring and summer, so there's not the need for shelter and that kind of thing that's kind of influencing the decision to go.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Mr. Berry.
So we have 4 houses for men and 4 for women right now?
Yes.
And who buys the houses?
They were actually donated.
Good. So we're anticipating getting billions of dollars over the next several years over this opioid, right? Not every billion?
Change that B to an M.
A lot.
A lot.
Not that much, but a lot.
So is there some way that we could allocate, and I'm sure their committee's looking at it,
That'll be their biggest project, they're going to
allocate more and more of those homes to get
housing. Housing is at the top of the list for the things that we're evaluating on how to address.
I did want to add that out of those 121 people, approximately 60% of them have overdosed in the past. And about 50% were given Narcan. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Finally, you know, when we put this together, this system together, we knew that the strongest number of interfaces were going to be, of course, with healthcare and ER, coming out of our jails, and then also in the schools. So Mike Barber's here with Yvette Reeder, who is our trauma-informed specialist, and Yvette's going to talk to us about her perspective of being a part of this triangle of communication in school system.
My name is Yvette Reeder. I'm in my 32nd year of being an educator. I was a classroom teacher and a school counselor. But now that I'm in this role, I get to see a whole lot of other different things going on with our kids. And I get the opportunity to work with them. So I wanted to tell you a little bit, just touch on trauma just real quick, because even educators that I talk to, they're not always familiar with some of the terminology.
Adverse childhood experiences, ACEs is what we call it. There was a study done back in the 90s. The study has been replicated many times. They determined that there were some traumatic events that people had when they were a child before the age of 18. And so the 10 ACEs that they came up with include abuse, neglect, and then household challenges. Those household challenges include domestic violence, substance abuse, mental illness, loss of a parent or caregiver due to death or divorce, and an incarcerated family member. And in court, according to Dr. Robert Black, the former president of the American Academy of Pediatrics, he said that adverse childhood experiences are the single greatest unaddressed public health threat facing our nation today. And so we have lots of kids, without even questioning them, we are very familiar with recognizing what if a kid has been through some kind of trauma. And we don't necessarily talk about the traumatic events with them unless they bring that forth, and then we get them the right help that they need. But also, there's a thing called PACEs, which is Positive Childhood Experiences. And when they came up with this, there were 7 things that listed as far as positive things that can cause a kid to become resilient and to bounce back from their traumatic events. 4 of those 7 things are related to the schools. One of them is participating in community traditions, feeling a sense of belonging in high school, feeling supported by their friends, and 2 non-parent adults who took interest in them. The schools play a big role in our kids' lives. They are with us from 8 to 3:30, and we get to not just educate them academically, but we get to educate them on social emotional skills, how to regulate their emotions. And I firmly believe that a dysregulated child, a child who can't control their emotions, they can't learn. And until we help them regulate, the academic pieces aren't going to come. So the data that I've shared with you is 2 pages. There's one for each school year. The top part is related to professional development, some trainings that I've been able to facilitate, to train some adults, or to arrange some kind of training. And so last year, I had contact with 256 adults related to my job. And then last year, individually, I worked with kids, individually or in groups, and I had a total of 51 kids that I worked with regularly last school year. So far this year, the second page, we've had a lot of different trainings go on that I've been able to arrange and facilitate. There are more listed that I haven't done yet, so my numbers will get to increase, but I have worked with 306 adults so far. I've had the honor and privilege of speaking to the teaching as a profession classes at Harriman High School and Roane County High, talking to those potential teachers about trauma and how that we can see it in our kids, but how that we can help them bounce back from that trauma. And then individually, right now I'm working with about 49 kids, as individuals or in small groups. So that's just so far this year.
Where's Rockwood? I can't find it.
I have Ridgeview Elementary is listed.
Is Rockwood High School not?
I don't go to Rockwood High School at this time. Yeah, I go where they ask me to go.
She's one person, we'll take
Yeah,
more of her.
and there's 17 buildings, so yeah. But if they ask me to go, I will find a way to make it. Yeah.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Hendricks.
In trauma, does that include bullying?
There is some bullying that's involved in that, and we try to help the kids define that, and I really try to work with kids on how to see themselves for who they are when they're being bullied, and I mean, they're gonna exist. So sometimes we can't control the bullying, but we can help the kids develop some confidence in themselves and see a better purpose so that they can rise out of that and get away from it.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I know this took a lot of time, and I really appreciate all of you all for allowing these people to come report back to you. But let me tell you, the folks representing this room on this opioid council, including these 2 commissioners here, that they are absolute heroes. in this community, and I believe firmly that this work that we've done together and you all funding these positions is saving lives and making a huge difference in this community. So that's why I thank you all for giving us this time, our report. I won't take this much time again in the future, but I hope you found it helpful. That concludes my report.
One in a dual capacity, right? Both are also our medical position.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for what you're doing. Double duty.
That's all.
All right, so we'll move on the agenda for special orders. We have one, confirmation of reappointment of the following to the Roane County Planning Commission. These terms will expire November 30th, 2029. The following names: Mike Parks and Alan Williams, Chip Dunn, and Randy Scarborough. Have a motion by Hendrickson and a second by Goff. Commissioner Henderson.
I'm sure they'll do a fine job, thank you.
Commissioner Goss.
I admire these gentlemen with all the issues that this county's faced in the last month over the phone. They're some brave guys and gals. I appreciate their work.
Any discussion, any debate? I see one of the appointees back there in the back of the courtroom. Any of the others here tonight? Okay. All right. No discussion, no debate, Madam Clerk. Hold on, I'm sorry. Got one, did somebody request to speak?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I've not voted yet. Go ahead, Travis.
Well, I just wanted to tee off a little bit what Brad said there. The county, we're at a reflection point. Over the next several years, you're gonna see a lot of growth. Some people want growth, some people don't want any growth. I challenged the committee, the guys that's on the committee. It's not gonna be easy, but to take a full grasp, and the commission also, we gotta decide what we wanna be as a county. We need more housing, that's for sure, but we don't wanna open up the floodgates either and turn into, you know, cause once that dam opens, you ain't closing it. Just ask Loudoun County. You know, they're getting sued by developers just because they're trying to slow the growth. We're in a good position now as a county to be able to guide it. We're ahead of the curve. We see it coming. We're going to have to redo the zoning altogether, the land use plan, so we can really lay it out how we want it to be 10 years from now, because this commission and the next commission and this planning committee is going to decide what Roane County looks like 10 years from now. There's no denying that. And guys, if we start jumping, and this sounds good, because we need more housing, but you put 100 here and 300 here and 200 here, before you know it, you're 5 years down the road and you're inundated with people. And that wears on the roads, it wears on the school system, it wears on everything around. And the developers are here and they're gone, and they take their money and they go to the next county over. Growth goes at the path of least resistance. Loudoun County's filling up, West Knoxville filling up, so they're coming this way. So I challenge these guys. I've rambled for a long time, I didn't plan on it, and the commission, that we need to decide and work together on what we want it to look like. Do we want it to be, you know, high-density housing all over the county? I don't think so. I think the people have spoke, they don't want a lot of high-density housing. So that's all I got. I've preached long enough. I want guys to, or the folks, ladies and gentlemen, to really think about what is going to transpire over the next 5 years in this county, because it's going to be, it could be big, but it also, if you mess up now, you ain't going to get it back. And then you can be like Loudoun County, who is inundated and they can't get them to stop, and the developers are suing them because they're trying to get to stop. And we don't want that in the county.
Sure, quick comment on these four. Everything everybody has said is absolutely true. And in reappointing these four people here, I took into consideration there's a broad spectrum of perspectives here. Some are pro and some are not necessarily as pro-growth. I think it's healthy to have a mix. I also think it's healthy to have experience based on where we are as a county, and the things that are right in our face that we're gonna have to address. And I trust these 4 men here to continue to serve in a way that will help us get to where we need to be. We talked about targeted land use planning. You're already seeing a shift in our planning as we're waiting to hire a planner. We got interviews scheduled already for the next planner, but we're slowing, I want to say slowing down on how we're moving forward per se. That being said, we want to make sure that we're doing our planning in a way that is absolutely compliant with the law and is respectful for what the people of Roane County want. And that's a sweet spot that we've got to work to find. Our county attorney is going to be way more involved in the planning commission activities than he has been in the past. So I think we've got an absolute opportunity here to do exactly what Commissioner Parks described, and that's going to be what my staff is working towards every day. That's all I have, sir.
All right, I'll make a comment because as well. Tennessee Code Annotated 13.3-101 says the composite and makeup of the planning commission, I can have up to 8 commissioners on it. And you and I have had that conversation. I'd like to see some commissioners from the areas that are showing growth on that planning commission. We surrendered the land use from the Long Range Planning Commission to the Planning Commission by law. Right, gave it to them. I made the request in August that we add some commissioners to that. So I'd love to see that happen this year.
You're right, Mr. Chairman, we have had that discussion. The one area that makes your request a little bit more challenging is in area, you mentioned specifically in areas where we're seeing growth. If you look at our chart for building permits, there's not an area of the county that's not seeing growth. It is widespread and uniform. So that is just a factor in what you and I have talked about.
So there's 7 districts.
Exactly.
And I've got 15 commissioners, so.
And we'll continue to have this discussion.
Mr. Chairman.
Chair recognizes Mr. Brackett.
Something I would like to see, because it's kind of been a mix of everything, but at some point, I think the commission together needs to get together. I'm asking for more clarity on the zone. It's, not get handed something 12 days, 15 days before the public knows more about it than we do. And I've had to put suspenders on, get chewed out. But I think we need, whether it be some type of special call meeting, something that make sure that we understand what's going on, where we can look back at the people and actually know whether it's a special meeting, a training, but give us that book.
I think where we're headed is a far more thoughtful and deliberate process where there's more time involved to take in the information, study it, ask the questions that you need so that you're comfortable before you're asked to make a vote. That's where I want to get to. And that's where we are headed, absolutely. Reggie put it the best I've heard yet. And this was day 2 of him working. He said, look, I think one of your problems has been because we had our same building inspector and planner in the same person for a while. And the speed in which building and codes enforcement inspection happens needs to be now, right? As quick as you can, get it out there. Planning's got to be very thoughtful and deliberate. And we're applying one speed in both areas. And that created a lot of conflict that I think has put us in the situations that we found ourselves in the last couple months anyway. So we're going to be working to redo those processes and make sure that we're not putting planning commissioners and county commissioners in places where they're not comfortable making those decisions yet.
Because honestly, I learned more from the phone calls I got that come out to be true. I'm on the phone saying, really? Are you sure? And then the next one calls, and the next one calls, and I'm like, you know more than I know. So I look like the guy standing in the
I 100% understand, and we're going to work to make sure that doesn't happen.
Good.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry.
Yeah, I think Mr. Brackett makes a good point, and I think we need to have workshops on that. The only thing, Mr. Chairman, that concerns me about loading up the planning commission with commissioners is we're gonna take away the ability of the planning commission, I mean, and just what he was talking about, trying to get people with experience, trying to get people that are diversified around the county. We've got most of that. If we start loading up the planning commission, we might as well do away with the planning commission and let the commission do the planning commission as well, because otherwise we're gonna be back and forth. We probably aren't gonna get a lot accomplished while we're doing that. So I would caution us. I mean, we've got one on the planning commission, one commission. And I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt to add another one, but I think if we start adding 5 or 6 commissioners to the planning committee, we're gonna weaken both of those organizations, and it would probably make it difficult to get people to want to serve on the planning commission if you're already infiltrated with that many commissioners. So I would just cautious, be careful how we proceed with that.
Well, I would start with a planner having a degree in urban planning.
Yep, and I think that's probably on the agenda. I'm sure we're probably not gonna hire anybody.
We're in the process of interviewing certified planners, right?
But no, I disagree with you totally on the, this ain't stacking the Supreme Court, it's just adding some intelligent minds to the planning body.
Well, then let's do away with the planning commission, put 15 commissioners on there, we'll have a total control.
13.3.101 dictates that we have. 13.3.101 also dictates that I can add have commissioners serve, they just can't be the superior number on there. So I can't make up the majority. So, all right, over here.
Mr. Chairman, I think something we've got to do, especially commissioners that have areas inside the cities, we've got to make sure that we're communicating with these cities too. That they know, I mean, if they've got plans or something. I thought that their long-range planning, I thought initially, when we started inviting everybody in, that, that was supposed to be part of it. We just need to make sure that we're working, within the cities too with these folks, and let them know what's going on.
All right, thank you, sir. Commissioner Hooks.
So this is not fair to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One of the things that, as the chairman of the Codes Committee, used to be Building Committee, but the Codes Committee, I want to say, and I was really amazed at this, Mr. Reggie, how knowledgeable he was with the International Building Code and how far advanced we were in our code system than where he came from. So I'm excited about, Mr. Kofer was a good friend of mine, still a good friend of mine. I hate to see him retire, but I'm excited that we got a set of eyes that's going to look at this. But I want them to look at the structures being good structures, sound structures, not something that ain't going to last 5 years before people are wondering, well, I wonder what's going on with my house if the walls are separating on it. See, I remember that 20 years ago, 25 years ago, Junior, when we chose to have codes and a building inspector. We had people complaining that the basements were falling in and had no recourse. Shoddy contractors. Let's identify them up front and make sure that they're not building that kind of structure in our county and passing on to our citizens in our county at $350,000, $400,000 a pop that's not going to last a year. Shorten the overhang so they can get 2 more feet in between a house. I've never heard of the like. Go talk to the little city out there. You'll learn a lot. That's my soapbox, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, anyone else, any other discussion on this? Mr. Parks, I apologize for not seeing the screen I had, did not have you to request to speak there, so if you've not voted like me, go ahead and vote at this time.
good
All right, majority rule. All right, so now we're getting into the new business. This is resolution 11-2501, resolution adopting the purpose of amending the Roane County, Tennessee Regional Zoning Resolution, regulation and development within the jurisdiction of Roane County, Tennessee to minimize the danger to life and property due to flooding, to maintain eligibility for participation in the National Flood Insurance Program. Motion by Duff, second by Hooks. Commissioner Duff.
We have to do this in order to participate in the National Flood Insurance Program. Is there anything else that we need to know about that? No? All right. That's it.
Commissioner Hooks.
I'm good.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries 15. Resolution 11-2502. Resolution authorizing the naming of a private drive located in the second civil district of Roane County off Old Harriman Highway map 004 parcels 101 through 101 there to be Butterfly Way. Motion by Duff, second by Gann. Commissioner Duff.
I would point out on the zip code, they used the wrong zip code with the E911. It's 37840 for Oliver Springs. Hopefully they checked the right one and there was a typo. Make sure there were no other roads by that name.
All right. Commissioner Gann.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right. All right, motion carries. All right, resolution 11-2503, a resolution authorizing the name of a private drive located in the second civil district, and this is highway map 04, Murray Way. Motion by Duff, second by Parks. Commissioner Duff.
Just point out again the wrong zip code on that. That's it.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Parks.
Nothing further.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Chairman.
Just, I want to make a point, if that's the wrong zip code and it's not in the 911 system correctly, it could route someone the wrong way. So we need to make sure whoever that falls to.
Madam Clerk, if you'll make a note to correct that zip code, we'll take it down from Commissioner Duff. Commissioner Duff, you would say the zip code?
37840.
Because he could misroute emergency service.
All right. You good, Kenny? All right, you wanna take it manual and just, record it that way?
I think I can change, I think it'll let me change it if you want me to do it that way.
Mr. Kirby, would you state your vote?
Yes. Yes.
All right, there we go. All right, next, resolution 11-2504, resolution authorizing.
Hold on, yeah, wait on me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to. 11-2504, resolution authorizing the county attorney to file lawsuits against each property owner regarding the properties as listed on the attached case request for violating resolution, county resolution 2101. Motion by Wilson, second by Henderson. Commissioner Wilson.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Henderson.
Nothing further, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
I vote yes.
All right, next resolution, 11-2505, resolution authorizing the county attorney to file lawsuit regarding the properties as listed on the attached case form for violating county resolution 12-18105. Motion by Cunningham, second by Henderson. Commissioner Cunningham.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Henderson.
Nothing further.
Madam Clerk, any discussion, any debate? Motion carries. Resolution 11-2506, a resolution amending the general purpose school fund 141, reflecting changes in revenue expenditure estimate for the 25-26 fiscal year. Motion by Hamilton, second by Henderson. Dr. Hamilton.
Yes, Mr. Jenkins, could I get some clarification on the expenditures on this resolution? There are three items. Number one is other contracted services, administration of equipment, and other equipment.
I don't know the particulars right offhand. That's the school safety grant. That's money we get annually from the state. It's a no match fund. How those funds are expended are through we do a safety assessment of every campus annually in conjunction with our partners in law enforcement. And then they spit out a score. Those funds are used to reduce that score.
Okay.
So I'm really not sure. Sometimes administrative equipment could be radios for officers and things such as that, but I'm really not sure.
But it is school safety.
Yeah, it's 100% school.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Commissioner Henderson.
I done for you, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries. 11-2507, a resolution of the Roane County Commission authorizing the Roane County trustee to direct payments received from the Nuclear Energy Company pilot and TIF agreements into a dedicated sub-fund for the future capital needs. Motion by Duff, second by Cunningham. Commissioner Duff.
The funds that will be received by the county need to have a line to be placed into. This is setting up that line in capital.
All right. Commissioner Cunningham.
Nothing, brother.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. 11-2508, a resolution authorizing a $12.50 charge by the clerk for every court in Roane County having jurisdiction of the state of misdemeanors and felonies for the purpose authorized and set up in TCA 40-3-106. Motion by Berry, second by Hamilton. Commissioner Berry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is submitted by the Attorney General's office. The public defenders have been drawing this $12.50 for several years, and the DAs now are just wanting to try to get that same thing, and ours would be under 162506, which we are a county with dual counties, and the clerk would submit to the state, and then the states would send it back, so the clerk really wouldn't be handling any additional workload on it. So that's basically the DAs are just wanting to do the same thing as the public defender.
All right, Commissioner Hamilton.
Nothing further.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 11-2509, a resolution urging urgent state intervention to address critical infrastructure and safety deficiencies on Interstate 40 in Roane County. Motion by Wilson, second by Henderson. Commissioner Wilson.
Yes, I actually put this together, talked with the county executive. We're wanting to do something. I don't know if you all looked at the numbers, but they're absolutely staggering what's going on I-40. In case people don't know, they're actively meeting in West Knoxville and Farragut right now, the state is, to look at the 4075 interchange. Money has been allocated once before to this location, and a study's been done, and then it got moved to the Sevierville exit for Buc-ee's. Doesn't do no good if you can't get to Buc-ee's. And you're waiting on the interstate just to go to West Knoxville to get to the 4075. It can take you anywhere from an hour sometimes when the traffic's delayed. It's causing major incidences, 1,800, over 1,800 in 1 year. We've had 1,800 incidents. That doesn't necessarily mean wrecks. We've had 243 accidents that's diverted traffic off of the interstate onto the secondary roads. There's no one in this room that has not pulled out at some point, looked at the interstate and seen 18-wheelers parked across the bridge. And you're thinking, where do I go? Which way do I get home? You can't go 70. You can't go any other direction. GPS is sending people everywhere. It's going through subdivisions. It's tearing up our roads. It's causing secondary accidents. And this is what we're trying, as the state put it, as I heard them say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. We have too many infrastructure, too many highways, interstates to put all the money. So we want to be the squeaky wheel for this area. We have a lot of jobs coming in this way, and the last thing we want to do under Governor Lee's incentive for the nuclear programs that's coming in this area is be a deterrent to where we have, you know, it's just total congestion. No one wants to do that. No one wants to, so we need to get ahead of the, you know, get ahead, start thinking, and it's more than just putting a trooper up there. If you put a trooper up there, you have the move-over law, right? You move over to one lane, and now we're in a worse situation we were. I'm very pro-law enforcement, but that's one of the problems that you have. They do need to slow down, but I don't want it just an easy fix as that. I want it studied, money allocated, and I'm sure Governor Lee would want that money allocated to this area since this is one of his little puppies that he has for the nuclear renaissance that's coming into this area. So I just want to get the squeaky wheel, send this resolution. I'd like to see Harriman on board, Kingston on board, Rockwood, I want everyone, Loudoun County, start getting on this to help us out in that situation. That's all I have.
All right, Commissioner Hendricks.
Nothing further.
All right. Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Resolution 112510, a resolution that honors the Roane County treasurers and Golden treasurers for the 2025 Founder's Day event. Motion by Berry, second by Hamilton. Commissioner Berry.
Yeah, I think it's a great event, one that's been started for years, and feel long to be able to keep it going, and I heard the names this year, all prominent folks who've made our county better, continue to make it better. I just look forward to Thursday night. Thank you.
Dr. Hamilton.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, is there any other business come before the Roane County Legislative Body? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Surgery. It's his finger. But here, it worked for
Yes, sir.